Welcome to Listen to the Heartbeat with Aaron G. Listen to the Heartbeat is a platform where you matter, a platform where your voice will be heard. Today I have two special guests with me today. One is Shante Jones. She's a student assistant. She's been sober for 4 years and her major is in philosophy. And then we have Audrey, another rising scholar and a student assistant. She's majoring in addiction counseling. The beautiful thing about these two sisters is that I always see them when I come downstairs, right? But today we're here to get a little backstory about their humble beginnings. I know the story because they like me. We just on the other side of the coin. You know, a coin may have two sides, but the value change. And since we're all down here at the program of Rising Scholars. Rising Scholars is a program that seeks to introduce individuals like ourselves to education. We've been justice impacted, and they gave us 4 pathways to take a look at. Pathway number 1 has to deal with any of y'all out there that don't have your GED or high school diploma and you've been justice impacted. You might want to come see us over here at Mount San Antonio Community College at Rising Scholars. And the second pathway is some people just want a job and they need technical skills. We can assist you with a pathway for just technical skills. Come on over. Then we got those that want degrees like me and others, right? Real G's get degrees, right? And so you can either get that associate's degree and or transfer into a 4-year college. We have it all here. And you know, one thing, I'm looking at these ladies and I'm going to try not to distract them by smiling because I'm so proud of them, right? Because at any given moment, when we leave, we could get caught up in the shenanigans. We're going to start with Audrey first because we know that Audrey is going to have to leave. Audrey, tell us a little bit about your humble beginnings.
First of all, thank you for having me. I don't even know where to start, I guess.
Tell us about that right there. You spoke about community. You know how you gave us an example of a parent being on a low frequency. Being able to come from low frequency to this high frequency environment where all of us, hey, look, I don't know if y'all be like me, right? They say, how you gonna get 3 degrees? I say, I don't know, but I am, right? Because I have the experience, and you just shared about that experience, how we come from low vibrational environments and something happens. We took a chance. Tell us about taking that chance and tell us about community, because the right community is important. How has that been a benefit to you?
I think it really is amazing. It gives you that motivation to believe in yourself. And you're also held accountable to the accountability to be like, oh, Shante, she's doing this, this, and that. Like, well, I want to do this, this, and that, and meet her where she's at, be on that level together, and not in an envious way or in a bad way, but always from a good, like, loving place of we're in this together. We could do this together. And I guess like I said, it's just really the support to know like these people want the best for you. They have your back no matter what. And even when you're not feeling the best, the advice as well.
So there's an old saying that I think all of us have benefited from. I think it was a song. It say, pain is in my heart. But then if pain is in my heart, what's the opposite of that pain? Love. And so we've had the experience of coming from unloving situations to loving situations. I don't know about you, and I don't know about you. But what I found out, you know where I get to choose my family? Because see, some of them people that they call blood relatives, let me tell you something. I got some blood relatives. They told me when I was 15. I'm 60 now. Okay, if we catch you slipping, we're going to ice your ass. Do you know they motherfuckers still saying the same thing? Right? But what I learned was to believe they ass. I'd rather believe what a person say than what I think about them. And so since I know that they on that low frequency, guess what I say? Hey, they know something about me. And so if they would tell me something like that, that's probably to draw me back so that I don't reach. Hey, look, I do you know if I'd have listened to them, I never met y'all. I never met y'all. I would have never believed that, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna start podcasting. Class or no class, I'm gonna start podcasting. I'm gonna make sure our voice get heard. Why? Because God gave me the ability to believe in me. Right? And so when I get to believe in me, guess what I do, Shante? Guess what I do, sister? I get to believing in y'all. Because I've been seeing her for a minute. Girl, I'm going to get you on that podcast. She said, not me. I don't think so. But watching how this community is taking place, you spoke about community, and then you spoke about a boat. I'm going to try not to get emotional. And we all individually rowing now towards some type of goal in our life. This little bitty, look, I like to say, sisters, that every little win matter. Sister, I know you're going to be happy to go. I'm finna pick on Shante right now. Shante is also a student assistant of the Rising Scholars Program. She's celebrating, or she's in the 4th year of celebration of sobriety. Her major is philosophy. Tell us, sister, about your humble beginnings.
Well, my humble beginnings started when I surrendered my life to Jesus Christ inside of prison. I'd had enough, and I gave up my will for His will. That's what my.
So now tell us about the humble beginnings before the humble beginnings, right? Because something got us here. There was a storm that got us here, right?
So the storm.
I remember when I was God, right? Let me tell you what I mean. It wasn't until, hey, it's this thing out there, it's called the 12 steps. So I had a 12-step guide, right? And then there's this book that's called the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. Then there was this other book that's called an Alcoholics Anonymous, and I was in the workbook, right? And I found out I was wrong at the wrong God. Because in one of the books it says, what is your ideal of a power greater than you? And I realized I had no other ideals other than me. I was making the decisions, and I need to tell you, sisters, I cried for the first time in my life when I realized I was running the show. You know, if y'all just got over there, stayed over there until I told you to move, if you gave me what I wanted when I asked you, right? If you wouldn't have acted that way, I wouldn't have felt and acted. Matter of fact, I wouldn't have took a fix it, drink a pill. I was so delusional, right? Hey, I know y'all ain't never did this. I'd get mad at y'all, take the poison, and expect it to hurt you. Did you ever do that? I'll show you. But I didn't expect to spend all the rent money, right? I don't know what y'all. My beginnings was real humble. I used to mail myself money orders, then go back and take the whole goddamn. I'm probably one of the reasons they ain't got them damn things out there on the street no more.
Humble. That's my humble beginning was when I was tired of living, the lifestyle that I was living, and that was smoking PCP, meth, drink.
So you mean the change became when you began to seek the Lord and became empowered to endure those temptations? You have more strength now than you did.
Well,
Thank you.
Well, yeah, because it's a thanks.
So tell us about how you became a rising scholar and how it is to be a student assistant, to be able to serve others.
Okay.
Audrey, tell us how you became a student assistant.
Well, I didn't originally think I was going to become a rising scholars because, like I mentioned before, I was so isolated from the world. So when I came back to school, I just wanted to get in, get out, not make any friends. So I just didn't want to deal with it. But I had somebody refer me and said, have you ever been incarcerated or system impacted? Yes. Okay, we'll check out rising scholars. So I did. And from the minute I did, it was just the environment to see like these people, like they don't look at you different. There's no judgment. That's a big thing for me, is the judgment. And I just, when I seen this place and this environment, I was like, oh yeah, I want to be a part of that. So I started participating in the program just as a normal student, not a student worker yet. And I just kept showing up, participating. And from there, the opportunity arose for me to become a student assistant. I actually left my 9 to 5 40-hour job that I was working. I was a leasing agent at the time. And so less hours, yeah, and, pay cut, but to me it was worth it because I seen something big here, not just for my financial gain, but for my spiritual growth, for my mental health, and just the community, going back to that as well.
Continue. Tell us, Shante, about your journey in sobriety.
So my journey in sobriety, ooh, my brother, it's a choice every day. So my journey, clarifying, you want me to go in detail?
So I'll give you an example. So my journey in sobriety, I'm coming up on 18 years. It has been like a coin. So a coin always, it has two sides, but it depends on which coin it is. If it's a penny, it could be of a low value unless it's one of them rare pennies that was made. I'll be looking for them pennies. I got a few of them, right? I got a few pennies that she is worth more than one of the cores I got, right? But the value system changed. And my sobriety is like a value system. Sometimes my best is to just stay in the house, right? Today, my best is when I finish interviewing the principal. I think I'm in high school. The president, after here, we got an interview with a dean at the studio. Then I'm going to go sit with her in her office and interview her. After that, I'm going to get my wife. And then I'm going to this resort. And see, the deal is, in that resort, I'm going to go enjoy my wife. And when I go downstairs, we're going to eat. I'm going to leave them slot machines alone. I thank God that he allowed me to have some balance in my soul, in my spirit. See, because I learned that the reason I ran amok, right, is because something was wrong in my spirit. But then nobody in the hood talking about spiritual values. With nobody in the hood talking about resentment being the number one offender. With nobody in the hood talking about anger really just ain't nothing but fear turned backwards. With nobody in the hood talking about you selfish and you self-centered. You full of false pride, envy, jealousy, gluttony, and lust and pride, right? And so for me, I always look at it as a value system. I'll give you another example. I like the English language because the English language is almost dyslexic. What do I mean? I want to be loved. I want to be appreciated. I want to belong, and I want to be a part of. Check out the first word, love. Love. English language is backwards. So EVOL and put the silent E. If I know, as you both have been explaining to me, your ways of loving you and loving others, y'all might not even know that's what y'all was talking about. But y'all been talking about all this evolving, right? From the low vibration to a high vibration. Hey, till we get to choose a different family, we choosing each other. Notice what happened today. Our sister was supposed to have the interview, but Joe say, no, I need you to do. And then here come two brothers, and then here come two sisters. Come on, y'all. So when I ask you, how has your sobriety, let me change the question. How has your sobriety been a gift to you?
Ooh, my sobriety it enables me to be able to function daily. So it gives me opportunity to be in spaces like this. Gives me an opportunity to maintain a job. Gives me an opportunity, first and foremost, actually to worship the Lord. But I'm gonna tell you this. For me, I'm a firm believer that I've been delivered. Okay, so I've been delivered from drug, alcohol, cigarettes. Now, this is what it is. I keep my eyes on the kingdom of God, on Jesus. Okay, so as long as I keep my eyes on Jesus, then I'm winning. And no matter the storm, my eyes are on Jesus. So if like for example, I went to a retirement party. Okay. So they had champagne. I wasn't there like 20 minutes and I know I was out. I left because I choose, I'm not, what do you call, I'm not tempted by the alcohol, but you know, with but I'm not going to sit there around it because that's not something that I choose to do. It's a choice, right? So I choose to not, what do you say?
Engage.
The Bible says resist the devil and submit to the Lord and resist the devil, he will flee from you, right? So what I do is I submit to my higher power, not, so he can empower me to just not be around or not to be tempted by the things that used to tempt me because I was an alcoholic. Remember from I was young. My mother smoked PCP when she was pregnant with me. She drank. So I was bound from the womb, you know? So, but my being sober enables me to do so many different things in life. I'm able to communicate better. I'm able to understand differently. I perceive myself differently. When I look in the mirror, I look at myself and I see beauty. I didn't used to see beauty when I looked at myself. I was horrified. And this is only like when the Lord's changed me. I've been about 4 years. So ever since I was a young child. So sobriety plays a big role in my life. And even with cigarettes, I made a choice not to go back in bondage in cigarettes because that's, to me, that's just when the Lord delivered me, he delivered me. There's no reason to, we still have a choice though. I can stay delivered or I could go back into bondage. So, but to answer your question, my sobriety, I keep my eyes open.
I want to thank both of you sisters for sitting down with me today at Listen to the Heartbeat with Aaron G. I want to thank y'all for being direct, upfront, honest, sharing about the not so good frequencies we had to endure to being able to endure the frequency of the Most High empowering us to be different, allowing us to walk away from situations that, a Christmas party when I was drinking and using, it was going to have to be a must-go sale, right? Everything I could must go, right? I would have made a whole bunch of elevator trips, right? With a whole bunch of other people's stuff. And so I want to thank you ladies for sharing those experiences with us. This is Aaron G. But Listen to the Heartbeat with Shante and Audrey, two rising scholars like myself, making a difference in our own lives and in the lives of others. Be real clear, you can choose your family. And I chose them. I want to thank God for the other two gentlemen that has volunteered before these ladies. And it's a trip how I was only expecting to interview one person today, and that was Precious. And thank God for Joe to say, hey, look, I got something else for you to do. About to make me cry, but I'm going to leave that alone. Again, this is Aaron G. with Listen to the Heartbeat, and I'd like to thank these two ladies for participating. Peace out.